Welcome back, everyone. If you're like me, you tend to collect little pieces and parts of things from other projects, and finding use for them is hard sometimes, and you don't want to throw them away, or I guess you could give them to somebody they could use them, but I tend to collect a lot of stuff, and I'm trying to make use of what I've got here. And since spring's around the corner, I thought it'd be kind of cool to make a I think they call them a sun catcher or light catcher. Basically, it's something you take like a piece of wood and you put marbles or colored glass in, and you can hang it out on a tree branch or by your window, and obviously the sun shines through the glass and the different colors shine through and look cool, I guess. So I thought I would take this. I got it at a craft store. It came in a bundle, but basically a disc piece of wood. I think it might be basswood. And I'm going to be using these colored glass pieces, kind of flat on one side. The idea is to, maybe I'm going to lay some of these out to kind of see the pattern or colors I want to use, and then drill some holes. Probably gonna have to end up gluing some of these in, either with like a clear silicone or some type of, maybe hot glue would work too, but I don't know. We'll see. So let's get to it.
I'm gonna trying to make something that's kind of fluid looking, flowing. Maybe. There's no right way or wrong way to do it. It's just what you kind of want it to look like in the end, and I don't really know what I want that to be yet. All right. I guess that's how I'm going to lay my pattern out for now. And so I don't lose my pattern, what I'm going to do is just pull one off, drill it a little bit, and then go around and do that for each one. And then I'll finish drilling the whole thing. And we'll come back and glue them in there. And I took a picture. Not that I really care per se about the exact color layout, but now I can reference that. You can't see what I'm doing. So I got room for another one right there. Alright, you get the kind of the idea we're going for there. So I'm going to go ahead and drill the rest of these out, and I'll come back and we'll get to the next part, which is gluing these in. Alright, so we got the holes drilled. Hopefully you're not too OCD, because I didn't get these spaced very good. Some big gaps here, but I don't really care. It's just going to hang out on a tree or something of that effect, but you'll just have to do a better job when you do it than I did. And also, I was not thinking the thickness of this comparable to the thickness of this is going to be an issue if I want to have this close to the edge of the, let's see better with the colored one here, so it picks up the sun a little bit better, because obviously it's not going to be coming in straight on in. If it's in the middle of this piece of wood, it won't shine in there very good. So I'm gonna have to glue it to the outer part of it, and I might try to glue a second one on the other side of the same color, or maybe some of the clear ones, so that it'll get a little bit more pickup from the sun. But if you're going to try to do something like this, if you had just like a regular board that you cut out to a certain shape that you would like, and then take into consideration of how thick your glass beads are, like if you use marbles, they're a little bit bigger. I didn't use marbles because they sometimes have those little fins inside of them, and I didn't want those because they would not let as much light through. But so I'm going to go ahead and try to get some of these glued up, and I'm going to try to keep the flat side facing inwards. And I'm not sure how I'm going to do this exactly, but bear with me and we'll see what we come up with here. I just throw these in there already, and then just put the hot glue over the top of it, maybe. Although then they're gonna, oh my god, I don't know. Let's try one quick and see what happens. And you just got the cobwebs with your fingers. And so I might actually have to set this on something so that falls down just a little bit, and now it's stuck to my finger. But yeah, everything is a learning experience when you do it for the first time. So I will see if I could find something to set this on that's just a little bit, to let these be a little bit proud, and then come back when it's finished, or at least some of these are done. Also, one quick thing, if you plan on staining or painting, and if you want to sand this a little bit, I'm not going to, because this wood doesn't clean up that well, I don't think, and it's going to be a lot more work than it's worth. But if you plan on, like I said, painting or something like that, go ahead and do it now before you glue your marbles or glass pieces in, or whatever you're going to use. That way you don't run the chance of getting paint all over them. So do that first, and then go to the step of gluing. Alright, I went ahead and glued in my pieces of glass. It's kind of hard to see. It's kind of got a little, you can see right there, just a little shot of hot glue on each side. And I glued a crude method, but it seemed to work. Some cardboard down. That way I had an even surface. So when I put all those pieces in, they were sticking out just enough the way I wanted it to. And hopefully this pops off. Just like that. Perfect. Nothing perfect at all. Can't even tell. Okay, so maybe hot gluing that wasn't the smartest idea. 1 minute, please. Well, I managed to get the glue off, but I butchered it in the process, so now it looks like poop. I could probably sand it down and make it look a little better, but it actually looks, yeah, it looks like garbage. Maybe I'll paint it, I don't know. Give you enough idea of how it could look. Spilling stuff. Shut this light off too. Oh, it's kind of cool. If it was shining through the window of your house or something like that, you know, it'd be cool. want to get too much on the front because as we know it's going to stick. That might work. Yeah, so that could work. So we got everything glued in place. Still got a few of those spider webs from the hot glue and some spots where it kind of bled over the edge when I was gluing it in place. But unless you're got your face right next to it, you're not going to notice it, and it's just going to hang, you know, from a tree or whatever. I don't have any eyelets, but I found this little hook, so I'm going to go ahead and just bend that around so it's closed, so I can put a string through it and then put that in there. I can get my screwdriver out of there. Here. There's the best place to want to put that in. I guess right here. This is kind of a neutral area. So I'll drill a hole in there, screw that down, and we'll pretty much be done. Barely see where I did it. All right, we're in there.
All right, well, this is the end of the video. I think it turned out kind of cool. I would go hang it up and show you a cool slow-mo video of it turning in the sunshine, but it's like 10 degrees outside and I'm not going out there because it's frickin' cold. The hot glue mishap kind of deters from the overall look, but I think it's still kind of cool, and more so it's just to kind of give you an idea of what you can do with some pieces of glass. They didn't cost very much. I think it was maybe $7 or $8 for that bag. You can get them on Amazon or any of those craft places like Michael's or Hobby Lobby. They'll carry stuff like that. I've also seen people do a similar thing by drilling holes in a fence and putting the glass pieces in there. So that's kind of a cool thing to try. I don't have a wooden fence, but you know, this gives you an idea of what you can do with just some leftover craft pieces, or if you have some wood laying around, you can make something. But for now, thanks for watching, guys. It's 14 degrees outside today. I'm still drinking iced coffee. Cobra Kai.